The light at the end of the tunnel we were all seeing after President Trump announced negotiations with Iran, turns out it might actually be a train. Recent events suggest this conflict could stretch on for another 4 to 5 weeks. It's March 30th, let's dive deeper. One of the significant events of the last 48 hours was Iran's major strike on a key airport. Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia in the east hosts key U.S. assets including multiple U.S. tanker aircraft and AWACS. As you know, these two types of aircraft are what allows U.S. to strike deep into Iranian airspace. Even though the U.S. has several more aircrafts of this type, losing any could complicate the situation. And Iran, looking to disrupt the U.S. operation, decided to target it. According to the confirmed reports, one E-3 Sentry AWACS was destroyed and multiple tanker aircrafts were damaged. Images of destroyed AWACS have been out, confirming the loss. Furthermore, as you know, the U.S. had announced a pause on strikes on Iranian power generation facilities because of ceasefire negotiation taking place with Iran. As the first round of negotiation is over in Pakistan, it suggests that we are far from ending this conflict. Because demands presented by both sides are essentially opposite, and it seems multiple rounds of negotiation will be required before any agreement can be reached. Meanwhile, Iran has accused the United States of using negotiations as a smokescreen to build up its military forces in the region. There are widespread reports suggesting that the U.S. may be planning a ground invasion of Iran, particularly aimed at reopening the Strait of Hormuz, which is strategically vital for global oil transport. Recent movements support this theory. A major fleet has been deployed to the Middle East, and 2 additional aircraft carriers have already joined the theater under U.S. Central Command. At present, U.S. paratroopers and Marines are rumored to lead the charge in the initial stage of any ground operation. However, experts warn that Iran's rugged terrain will pose significant challenges. Coupled with the increasing use of FPV drones, which have proven highly effective in the Ukraine-Russia conflict, any ground operation could be costly. To prepare their forces, the U.S. has been systematically striking Iranian defenses to degrade their capability and reduce the risks to their troops. However, once a ground invasion begins, the United States' ability to withdraw will become increasingly complicated, though in many ways, that constraint already exists. Iran has indicated that conditions in the Strait of Hormuz are unlikely to return to pre-conflict levels. The situation is further complicated by the entry of Yemen into the conflict. Reports indicate that Yemen fired 3 missile and drone strikes on Israel yesterday, aligning with Iran in response to U.S. and Israeli attacks on Iranian infrastructure. While these attacks have so far targeted Israel, Yemeni authorities have warned that U.S. assets in the Red Sea could also become targets. They have additionally threatened the strait, which would have severe implications for the global economy. In summary, we are moving into the second, far more dangerous phase of this conflict. With additional regional actors joining, escalating strikes on critical infrastructure, and the potential for a costly ground invasion, the situation is anything but stable. We'll cover the geopolitical and economic consequences in a separate report, but one thing is clear: Iran is prepared to dig in deep, and the coming weeks could be dramatic.